Have you ever accidentally put your jeans in the dryer and like can't breathe? I can do this. Hello and welcome to Math Monday number 2. I'm so excited that you're here and you decided to join me. Today what I'm going to be talking about is this proof that 2 equals 1. Have you ever seen it before? It looks something like this. So basically what this does is it relies on the fact that most adults and, well, let's face it, teenagers are math phobic. They're afraid of math, or they just don't know how to do it because they haven't engaged their abstract minds in doing math. And so it does all this stuff where it doesn't show you the steps, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? 2 equals 1, but how is that possible? Guess what? It's not. So I'm going to take you through that and show you how that's not possible. All right, so let's just start by going through this step by step. Okay, we start with A is equal to B, and then what we have to do is multiply, or do anything we do to one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other. So I'm going to multiply both sides by A. That's fine. I get A squared, that's A times A. A times B is just AB. Then I'm going to subtract B squared from both sides. Again, since I'm doing it to both sides, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I get this really special expression on the left-hand side though, A squared minus B squared. This is called a difference of squares. It's a really special binomial that you can factor into something special. And that is A plus B times A minus B, or the other way around. If you don't know why that is, please comment below. I'd be happy to make an extra little video on that and how to factor a difference of squares. But basically it's just saying that A minus B times A plus B equals A squared minus B squared, which it does. And then the other side we factor out a B because there's a factor of B in both AB and B squared. Okay? Then I'm going to divide both sides by A minus B because it's a factor on both sides. Then I get A plus B on the left side, B on the right side. But wait, we said A is equal to B. So that's really B plus B is equal to B, which is 2B is equal to B. And then what I do is I divide both sides by B. 2B divided by B is 2. 1B divided by B is 1. What do you get? You get 2 is equal to 1. What, how, where, why, what is going on? So let's go through this step by step. A equals B is kind of a stupid premise to start on, but it's not wrong. You're just saying, okay, A is a number, B is a number, they're equal to each other. So for example, they could both be 2, okay? Multiplying both sides by A, there's no problem there. Subtracting B squared from both sides, there's no problem there. Most people tend to think this next line is where the problem is. But it's just factoring, which is in grade 10 math, but a lot of people forget how to do it or struggle a lot in math 10 to do it. So it's actually completely correct. This next step is where we divide by A minus B. Wait, if A is equal to B, what's A minus B? So for example, if A is 2 and B is 2, then it's 2 minus 2, which is 0. Can you ever divide by 0? The answer to that is no, never divide by 0. Say I have 5 things. What if I want to take those 5 things and divide them amongst no friends and not take any for myself? Then why are we even talking about the 5 things in the first place? Who cares? They'll just sit there in non-existence forever. You can't divide by 0. It doesn't work. It never works. It's not possible. So 2 can't equal 1 because everything below that part of the proof that they don't even show you, that step. And you're just expected to be like, oh yeah, well then 2 is equal to 1. I don't know if they didn't know what they were doing or if whoever made this proof is just completely trolling everyone. But it's really stupid because you can't divide by 0. So this whole thing is based on this premise, the stupid premise, and then you divide by 0, which completely negates everything that you write after you divide by 0. But a lot of people just don't realize that because it's like, oh, it's dividing by A minus B. You can do things like that in math. Not when A minus B is equal to 0. That's it. That's all. Don't divide by 0 because then it makes your proof stupid and wrong. All right. Lesson learned. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you next week.